It is good, yo. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about the best player at each specific price in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. And I just want to start off this video by saying while I was searching, I actually got a couple of quick snipes. So, I mean, honestly, people ask me all the time, hey, Ty, how do you make MT? And the best thing I can tell you guys is sniping. Okay, it might not be the easiest thing to do, but it is a decent way to make MT. And just as I was searching, I made over, not a ton of MT, but probably, at least a couple of thousand of extra MT. Now, we're going to start at the bottom, work our way to the top, starting with 2,000 MT. We've got a couple of guys here for you guys. The first one is Amethyst Alexei Pokachevsky. Now, you guys can see right here the cheapest Poku buy now is right at, a little over 2,000, right at 2,500. This one is a bid, and I bet I can bid snipe it for, 1,600. And then, again, turn around and sell it. Now, here's the deal with Pokachevsky. He's 7 feet tall. He's got a good release, really solid offensively. And defensively, because he's 7 feet tall, he can at least hold it down for you, okay? I got him for 1,500. Again, I'm not going to try to make a ton of MT, but that just goes to show you guys that sniping is invaluable on this game. The second guy, who I'm actually not super high on, but I don't mind, is Jonathan Kuminga. Again, you can get him for just over 1,000 MT, and here's the deal, okay? We'll see if I get him for that price tag. But here's the deal with Jonathan Kuminga, okay? I had to do challenges with him, some, stuff like that, small stuff. But he was able to get him done, played some decent defense. This dude does not get blocks, though. So if you want a card to get you blocks for that challenge, I don't know, because Jonathan Kuminga did struggle getting blocks. I just gotta tell you guys that and be honest with you, though. You guys are seeing me snipe. This isn't a sniping video, but if he sells for, 2,100, you're basically making 1,000 MT per every snipe you get. So just something to kind of keep in the back of your minds and think about. Next, 5,000 MT. First guy I'm going to talk about is a guy that you guys might not be super high on. That's Amethyst Russell Westbrook. Now, why am I so high on him? Well, I love the pink diamond Russ, and Amy Russ, is he as good? Not quite, but he still is really solid in my team. Still going to have a quick first step on him, gold clan breaker, stuff like that, in which you're going to be able to have success with the card. Now, with that being said, is he as good as the pink diamond Steph? Obviously not, but for budget, point guards is not a bad option. The next two are guys you have to go in Evo. The first one, Amy Franz Wagner. Yes, he's really good, but you still have to go in Evo the card. Now, his Evo isn't super hard, and so that's, not the worst case scenario. But again, you still got to get that Evo done. The second guy I want to talk about for 5,000 MT that if you do play the game a lot, you can get. And then Evo is Tyson Chandler. Okay, he's not popping up, but Amethyst, Tyson Chandler, a very solid option as well. Next up, guys, we're going to that 10,000 MT mark. And somebody asked me today in my stream, who's a great budget option for 10,000 MT? Ding, 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 Ruben Patterson, 85 3-ball, 80 driving dunk, 86 bundle. Great defensively with some of the best defensive badges in the entire game. An absolutely incredible budget baller in my team. Another guy for 10,000 MT, sticking with that Evo type of system. Let's talk about Zaire Williams. Now, for me, the reason I like the Evo system so much, and the reason I like the fact that we're getting them, is just the fact that, look, now we're getting some really solid budget ballers in my team, whereas before that, we really didn't. For Zaire Williams, again, 6'9", 91 3-ball, really solid defensively. Just a really solid 3-and-D option in my team. Couple more for this 10,000 MT budget. I like giving you guys multiple options. Ben Simmons, okay? Really cheap if you don't get it. If you haven't gotten him from the XP, another way to get him, really solid defensive player that can attack the rim. And the last option is a guy that you've seen on my No Money spent quite a bit, in Jared Vanderbilt. Again, 10,000 MT, you can get the guy. Great 3-and-D option that does rebound the ball at a very high rate. So that's the 10,000 mark. Next, 15,000 mark, Franz Wagner, but the diamond version of him, okay? This guy for 15,000 MT is an absolute steal in my team. I can't phrase it anywhere else. Great shooting-wise, great defensive-wise, MJ dribble style. If you need some entertainment tonight, go watch my Franz Wagner gameplay. Trust me when I'm telling you guys, you will not be disappointed. Next guy, we're going to talk about Diamond Tyson Chandler, 15,000 MT. You should be able to get your hands on him. 7'1", 71 3-bow, really solid defensively. I still run him on my No Money Spent squad. Is he as good as Kareem? No. Is he really solid in my team? Absolutely. The third guy is Diamond George Gervin. Another really solid budget guy in my team. Now, I feel like, a lot of people have overhyped this George Gervin card, and it's kind of ruined how good he actually is for budget ballers. But if you need a shooting guard, a budget shooting guard, George Gervin is a really solid option. Now we're getting up there a little bit. 25,000 MT. There is one guy that fits that mark really well. That is Lauri Markkanen. 94 3-ball, good standing, driving dunk, solid defensively. Again, 7 feet tall. Hall of Fame limitless range. Way better on next gen than current gen. If you're on current gen, I absolutely do not recommend Lauri Markkanen. I think his release is way too slow even to give him a look if you are on current gen. But if you are on next gen, very solid option. The other guy, or I guess next up, we got 35,000 MT. I only got one guy at 25,000. Next guy is at 35,000 MT, and that is Diamond Thurl Bailey. This card is, in my opinion, right now as it stands, the third best power forward in the game. Giannis, AD are top 2 interchangeable, and Thurl Bailey is that number 3. Smooth release, great defensively. I'm telling you guys, I play with this card in competitive MyTEAM. If you need to check it out, follow me on Twitch. That's where I stream most of my comp games, and you are going to see Thurl Bailey at the highest level. That's really that simple. I get on CMO's account, play on PlayStation. He has Thurl Bailey, and Thurl Bailey is an absolute hooper. Next up, guys, we go to 50,000 MT, and that's where we see Kristaps Porzingis for 50,000 MT. Now, again, I think I swear I just saw one for 50,000 MT. If he's a little bit more than that, it's fine. Still basically fits this MT mark, because if you do snipe one, you're going to be able to get one for 50,000 MT eventually. Right now, it looks like just over 60,000, but I don't pay that no mind. I mean, this one's fully badged with 7 Hall of Famers for just a little bit more. So that just goes to show, yes, you can get a souped KP for relatively cheap. And you could probably bid snipe one for that price. 7 feet tall, 93 ball, decent standing dunk, decent enough defensively. Is he going to battle Kareem Shaq really well? No, he's going to get absolutely fried. But he does have the Hall of Fame limitless range, which does keep him on the court no matter what. I've been running him for super long in the No Money Spent, and have had a lot of success with the card. Next up, 45,000 MT. This is the steal of the list. I have, or 75,000 MT. I think I said 45. I meant 75,000 MT. This is your absolute steal of the list. Grant Hill for 75,000 MT. Is the steal of the list. This card, in my personal opinion, again, this is my opinion, is one of the top 5 shooting guards in my team. And that's with Ron Artest, Ricky Davis, Jimmy Butler. Side by side, compare him to Jimmy Butler. I think it is extremely close. Really solid badges as well. I don't know why more people aren't running Grant Hill. I think a lot of the reason is people are running Jimmy Butler, Dr. J, and you just don't have that much room for auctionable shooting guards. But I still really love Grant Hill. And if I was to do it all over again on the No Money Spent, I would have saved MT here and then ran Grant Hill over Ron Artest. Speaking of Ron Artest, next up, just over 100,000 MT, that's who we're plugging in, is the Pink Diamond Ron Artest. Now, here's where I find the most success with Ron Artest. And again, this is just my opinion. Again, just over 100,000 MT is probably what you're going to have to spend for Ron. When people are running gap, when they're running moderate, when they're running leave them, Ron Artest is an absolute menace to them because they can't give this card an inch of space. If you give Ron Artest an inch of space, he is going to let the defense have it, green after green after green. Next up, over 150,000, but not much more than that. We're plugging in Ricky Davis. I think you should be able to get him into that 150 to 200,000 MT mark if the time slot is right. Again, it's hard to really tell, but I have this at the 150 to 200,000 MT. Ricky Davis is first up. My opinion, one of the best creators outside of Tim Thomas in the entire game. The other guy I have at this price point is Pink Diamond Magic Johnson. Now again, I don't know exactly what Magic goes for. I have him slated at 150 to 200,000 MT. And if you can't get him for that price, I definitely like the card. Next up, 200,000 to 300,000 MT. We're plugging in Pink Diamond Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, supposedly D-Rob's coming on Friday. I'll believe it when I see it. People have been saying that for years. I love Kareem. I feel like everybody's hyping up Shaq, but I still like Kareem more than Shaq. He's basically an inside big that does give you at least that ability to shoot the 3-ball, which I do think is extremely important. And then we have the 300,000 MT plus for one player. And this might come as a surprise, but I'm locking in this set. If you're giving me all the MT in the world for one player, I am still locking in the set to get Tim Thomas, because you can't buy your way to Dr. J. And my second overall best card in the game is Tim Thomas. Now, if I wouldn't go with Tim Thomas, if I'd go with an actual player, that's when things get tough. Maybe I'd go with Giannis. I mean, that's who I'm probably thinking. Probably Giannis. You could make the argument elsewhere, but I really think Giannis is probably the best auctionable player in the entire game, unless you want to go with a guy like Penny Hardaway. That is going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.